Hi, this is Piang. I'm Chinese, living in Jakarta, Indonesia. I have been living here for the past 3 years. My husband is Chinese Indonesian, so naturally I'm surrounded by Chinese Indonesian people. I talked with chindogirls more often, so I have heard a lot of stories about them. I found out we're different in every way except our appearance.
We all different, but in the end, we all fruit.
I have talked about hairstyle, makeup, and dress-up differences in my last video. Please click here to watch it. So in this video, I will talk about the mentality difference between Chinese Indonesian girls with mainland Chinese girls. Well, I'm a woman who is married with 1 kid, so what are we going to talk? I give you the keywords: sex, marriage, housewife. My opinions might contain too many details, too much information for public speaking. It might be offensive if you have religion. So if you don't like this topic, please click exit now. I mean now. Don't watch it. If you decide to continue, don't attack me. Disclaimer, all the contents in this video is my own observation. There are sample limitations here because this is my own small circle, not yours, not everybody's. So it might be right or wrong. Those are general ideas. If you have different opinions, the comment box is yours. Let me know your valuable perspectives, but please be polite. One thing I need to mention before we start is that China is a secularized country. From the government website I checked, 1 out of 14 people have religion, means around 90% mainland Chinese don't have religion. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, religion is written on your ID card, so we're talking on this ground. First of all, sex. Personally, sex before marriage is a must. It's one of the issues I need to check before marriage. I asked around my female friends in China. Most of my friends have the same attitude as me in terms of sex. Me and my friends think sex is very important in an intimate relationship. If my boyfriend doesn't want to sleep with me, I will assume that he doesn't like me, or I'm not attractive to him, or he has some physical problem. On the contrary, Chinese Indonesian girls usually are not okay with sex before marriage. Your mom will kill you if she finds out.
God, no!
Do I get it right? From my husband's point of view, if the relationship is serious and you want to get married, then why do we need to have sex before marriage? You will have sex anyway after marriage, and the sex will not make or break your marriage and love. Because of that, pregnancy before wedding is a big no-no for Chinese Indonesian girls, even though they have already engaged. While in China nowadays in 2021, getting pregnant before marriage is also a not mainstream thing. Of course, it's still an Asian country, but people treat it as a neutral thing. If you get pregnant in a stable relationship, you go get married. It is not something that people encourage, but it is not a shameful thing either. If it happens, it happens. Overall, Chindo girls are more conservative than mainland Chinese girls in terms of sex. Now let's move to marriage. It's actually all connected because Chinese Indonesian girls are more conservative about sex. Of course, they take marriage more seriously. Divorce is a huge thing for Chinese Indonesian girls. People here are more willing to put effort to fix marriage, to keep the family for kids. At least for the people that I've known, my husband's family, my husband's friend circle, I've never heard divorce news in these 3 years. Of course, there are people who get divorced in Indonesia, but not as common as in China. From the government reports, If I translate it, it says when 10 couples register their marriage, at the same time 4 couples register their divorce. 4 out of 10. Wow. I'm a bit shocked. I cannot even imagine the figure in the first tier city, Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, how high the rate it is. No wonder my dad said to me, you try your best in your marriage, but if you're truly not happy in Indonesia, if your husband bullies you, I welcome you back to China. But my mom will kill me. I know my mom. Yeah, my dad just spoils me. My dad just backs me up whenever, whatever things happens. My dad is the best dad. Oh, I miss my dad. Don't worry, dad and mom, I'm doing fine. Now let's back to the business. Let's move to after marriage life. On this question, I interviewed both my male friends and female friends, and the common answer was working mom / wife instead of stay-at-home mom / housewife. My male friends, they explained that they hope their wife go out to work, do not stay at home around the children too much. They are afraid their wife will get left behind by society, afraid their wife can catch up new things, afraid the couple's mindset are not on the same page. Those 2 male friends of mine are quite capable. They have their own business and they're confident to feed the whole family, but they still expect their wife to work. Not for money reason, but mental reason. On the other hand, my female friends expressed their different worries. First, it's difficult for a husband to support a whole family alone due to the crazy house price and expensive daily living cost. In China, it's just never enough. So the family needs wife's income as well. Besides that, they are worried about the uncertainties in marriage. As I mentioned before, divorce rate is very high in China. So most women think they need to have a job or a career to back themselves up. And the most important reason is they want to be independent by having their own income, their own job, their own friends, so they can buy things without asking the husband's permission. They can show their talents while working. They can make new friends, know new people at workplace. They want something besides mom and wife identity. But those are according to my friends. Of course, just my friends. Of course, there are a lot of housewives in China, like people who are super rich, people who are not well off enough to pay for a nanny and a maid, which is very expensive in China, and who just want to be housewife. But the mainstream idea is that a working mom / wife preferred. How about Indonesian Chinese girls? In Indonesia, men are responsible for earning money, and women are responsible for taking up the children and house. So if the woman doesn't manage their house well, people will talk bad thing about her. Do I get it right? In Indonesia, it is generally believed that men are the head of the family, women are the helper. Yeah, I get this concept when I have my Bible learning before wedding. The thing I realized is that women are more in a chill mood in Indonesia. You can be a housewife, you can be an office worker, you can have your own small business. Depends on your family's situation. No one will push you to do something. No one will say anything bad about your choice. Housewife is much more acceptable in Indonesia than in China. But you need to do your housewife job well. Let me share my own story, a very new story. In the last 4 years, I worked remotely for a Chinese company, and the last 2 months, my nanny went back to her hometown. So I have been taking care of my own daughter by myself. Because of that, I quit my job. And when my dad found out I quit my job, he was like, "No, you have to do something. Do you have a plan?" I said, "Yeah, I have a plan, but I'd better take off my kids first." Okay, conversation down. And the day when my nanny came back, I caught with my family and everyone asked, "So you can work now? Are you going to work immediately? You have to work. And I answered, being a few months unemployed, it's fine. It's okay. It's not a big deal. And my husband is working hard. He can feed the family. Don't worry too much. But then my dad was like, your husband is your husband's. Yours is yours. It's different. What if in the future your husband doesn't treat you well? What are you going to do? You have to work. Okay, fine. Honestly, if it's in China, I worry about like this as well. But I felt in Indonesia, people are more sendai. People are not that anxious. The pressure in China is just super high for individuals. Okay, we've talked a lot. Let's summarize. Number 1, sex before marriage for mainland Chinese women. Yes, we're open. But for Chinese Indonesian women, no. And number 2, marriage for mainland Chinese women, divorce is normal. For Chinese Indonesian women, divorce is no or not normal. And number 3, after marriage, housewife. For mainland Chinese women, they prefer working mom/wife. But for Chinese Indonesian women, they're open. Okay, that's everything for today's video. If you like the contents, please give a like to this video and subscribe my channel. Wish you all the best. Sampai jumpa lagi. Bye bye.